Unit 4. Strategies for climate actions and putting them into action. Climate change is no longer just a distant warning. It's here, affecting every aspect of life on Earth. But how do we respond? Are we making the right moves? And more importantly, are we acting fast enough? In this video, we'll explore key strategies for climate action and the steps we take to make those strategies a reality in our communities. But first, let's ask ourselves, what does real climate action look like? In this video, we're diving into the actions that can help combat climate change. But here's the key. It's not just about one group or one solution. It's about bringing everyone to the table: governments, communities, financial institutions, technical experts, and everyday people like you and me. When it comes to climate action, it's not just about individual efforts. Governments are setting policies, financial institutions are funding projects, civil society organizations are driving awareness, and communities are leading on-the-ground changes. Think about this. What happens when one of these groups isn't fully engaged? Can we still achieve the level of impact needed? Let's talk about how governments are leading the charge. Since the Paris Agreement, countries have developed their national climate change policies. These are tailored plans that include specific actions on mitigation and adaptation. Mitigation means reducing greenhouse gases, switching to renewable energy, improving transportation, and supporting low-carbon infrastructure. Adaptation is about helping communities cope with the effects we're already experiencing, like building climate resilience in vulnerable regions. Let's shift to the local level. In many developing countries, agriculture is the backbone of survival, but farming is also heavily impacted by climate change. Enter climate-smart agriculture, an approach that not only increases productivity but also helps farmers adapt to changing weather patterns. But how many farmers know about these techniques? And how many have the resources to implement them? Meet Krishantha from Sri Lanka. He and his mother faced long periods of drought, which made it tough to grow crops. But thanks to the climate resilient Integrated Water Management Project, supported by the UNDP and funded by the Green Climate Fund, Krishantha adopted climate-smart agricultural practices. With better water management and organic farming, his crops' yields improved, and so did his family's livelihood. While technology and innovation are key to climate action, we can't overlook nature itself as part of the solution. Nature-based solutions like restoring mangrove forests are proving effective in reducing the impacts of natural disasters. Mangroves, for instance, act as a natural barriers against floods and storms. Yet, we've lost half of them in the last 50 years. Why? Because they're being cleared for shrimp farms and waterfront development. In Mozambique, communities are restoring mangroves with an innovative approach called hydrological restoration, which speeds up the process of regrowing mangrove forests. And in Sri Lanka, they're working to becoming the first nation in the world to fully restore their mangroves, protecting their coastline and small fishing communities in the process. Are there nature-based solutions in your local area that could help mitigate the effects of climate change? What steps could you take to protect or restore natural resources in your community. Early warning systems are another powerful tool. In Bangladesh, disaster detection and early warning systems use everything from SMS alerts to radio broadcasts to reach people before a disaster strikes. What's even more impressive in their network of volunteers, 50% of whom are women. These volunteers are vital in spreading messages about incoming storms, especially in communities that might otherwise be isolated. Does your community have access to an early warning system for climate-related disasters? If not, how could you advocate for such a system to be put in place? Forests are one of our best defense against climate change. In Pakistan, they launched the Billion Tree Tsunami Project, an ambitious effort to revive degraded forests. By planting trees, they're not only reducing carbon emissions, but also supporting local biodiversity and creating jobs for communities. The energy sector is another critical area where climate action is needed. Renewable energy sources like wind and solar are becoming more accessible, but the shift is still too slow. Communities can benefit enormously from decentralized renewable energy solutions like microgrids and solar pumps. The key question is, are we making these solutions affordable and accessible to everyone? In places like Malawi, renewable energy is powering irrigation canals and providing year-round water access. Imagine the possibilities if renewable energy was mainstreamed across all sectors: agriculture, industry, and even households. Water security is another huge challenge. Countries like Malawi have embraced innovative solutions like building irrigation canals and connecting water sources to community gardens. In India, the Jal Jeevan Mission uses a decentralized approach to water management, empowering communities, especially women, to take control of their water resources. This kind of local involvement builds resilience and ensures long-term sustainability. But climate action doesn't just come from top-down policies. It comes from the grassroots too. Community-based advocacy is crucial for raising awareness and making sure local voices are heard. For example, youth are stepping up. They're organizing local COPs, participating in climate networks, and driving campaigns to change individual behaviors and influence decision-making. Communities can take action by preparing charters of demands for local governments, launching petitions, or creating presentations with real data, like water resource maps, to show the impact of climate change and suggest solutions. We've seen it time and time again. When communities demand change, governments listen. But here's the challenge. How do we get more communities involved, especially those most vulnerable to climate impacts? We've seen that tackling climate change requires everyone to be involved. Governments, communities, businesses, and individuals. It's about working together to make climate-smart choices that will protect our planet for generations to come. Climate action starts with you. Be the change. This publication was made possible through the funding provided by Global Affairs Canada under the Empowering Women and Girls project. the Commonwealth of Learning wishes to thank the contributors to this video: Kuntal Day, Sandy Hertz, Francesca Fiera, Cyrus Kithua, and Collins Omondi.